Our film opening was a psychological horror movie which had various hints of a romance genre. The main conventions are intellectual characters, the paranormal and tension. For this we analysed loads of different horror movies and psychological horror movies, particularly The Woman in Black and Insidious, both of which were very widely successful movies. The ghost in our movie was inspired by the ghost in The Woman in Black, mainly because it is a very stereotypical horror movie antagonist, as it is made up of all the main conventions a horror movie antagonist normally has, such as dressed in all black, a pale face, and an overall sinister look. All of this is what makes the ghost in our movie a feared character. Our movie, however, does challenge the regular conventions of a psychological horror movie, as it has various hints of a romance genre, thus breaking the normal stereotype. Our movie also challenges the forms of how spirits and ghosts are portrayed, and this is done through the lack of special effects added to the female character. In most of the psychological horror movies, which contain ghosts, editing is used to make the horror characters appear more horrific and undead, but our group did not do this specifically to make our film different from all the other films that are out there. From analysis of other horror movie openings, we found that it was quite a common trend that there was a lot of tension, dark, scary atmosphere, which our movie opening do towards the end. Another way that we challenged forms and conventions of our media product was through paying very close attention to mise en scène. As originally we decided to film at night, as we thought the dark would be more fitting and created an eerie atmosphere, but resulted in bad lighting, which forced us to film at daytime. We made sure that you couldn't see anyone in the clips of our movie, apart from the characters. This we found built more tension and uncertainty.
In the film opening The Lost Heart, only one main social group is portrayed, and this is the male adult group, who is represented by Karamjit playing Zach. Because the film's storyline involves very little speech apart from the opening audio of the film, only the male adult group is portrayed in the film, and this is done through the vocabulary of the character, the way he dresses, and the manner in which he behaves. Women, however, are not portrayed in this movie, as the only female character is the ghost, who does not have any script to read. In the film opening, the male character is portrayed as a gentle, loving man who is capable of showing genuine emotion as he grieves over his wife who he has lost. This shows that adult men portray their emotions differently from women, in that they speak poetically about their feelings. The script written for the character is a good example of this, as the character uses terms such as precious stone in a thief's reach, which the audience will realize that the stone he is talking about is metaphorically his lost wife, who was precious to him, and death is the thief who has stolen her from him. The character also helps portray the male adult social group in the way he walks to the grave of his wife, and his actions as he does this. For example, the character stops halfway down a path to light a cigarette, taking a deep breath as he lights it, showing he is trying to be strong in not crying by holding it together by smoking his cigarette. The character by smoking shows that adult men commonly smoke or use other harmful yet well-known products to help ease their emotions, and the effect is seen instantly when the character seems more content after smoking his cigarette. Male adult men are also portrayed as people who wish to appear strong, as the character walks with confidence towards the grave, almost like he knows he is being watched and does not want to appear depressed. However, the character despite this shows that the male adult group can physically show their emotion when the character wipes away a tear on the path beside his wife's grave. This helps show that men are just like women, in that they show their emotions by weeping tears when they are upset. The character by doing this shows how much he misses his wife and had loved her. The manner in which the character dresses is also a portrayal of male adults, as many men dress in smart and sociable clothing when they are visiting loved ones, clients, friends, or family, even if they are no longer physically alive. The character in the film opening wears a suit which may have been worn by the character at his wedding to his now deceased wife, which shows that the male adult group try to hold on to what they have lost, no matter where they are.
During planning of the video, our group underwent research of different film distribution companies, which are known to release blockbuster films which are made up in the genre or include the genre of our film. This was because at the start of our film opening video, we had to include idents of two different media companies, one being a production company, the other being a distribution company. For the production company, our group selected Hammer Films, a company which is well known for producing psychological horror films, one of which being the hit Women in Black, starring Daniel Radcliffe. For the distribution company of our film, our group selected Film District as a company we felt would distribute our film. If it was to be broadcasted to a UK audience in the movie theatres across the country. The reason we chose Film District as a selected distribution company for our video is because the company is known for distributing horror genre films to movie theatres, so this made it the ideal choice for our film. The company has released well-known horror films such as Insidious and Evil Dead, which have become well-known films in the history of film.
The audience for the group's media product would be young adults including males and females from the ages of 15 to 25. This is because young audience members of these ages are known to be fans of the genres included in our film opening, with the male audience watching the film for the psychological horror genre and the female audience watching for the romance genre. In my SurveyMonkey answers, I found romance was the most popular genre with about 70% of the votes, whereas horror limped behind with only 30%, which told the group that we could try and make the film appealing to the audience by including the two most popular genres, which both have the highest votes out of all the genres I listed in my questionnaire. I also asked the audience which type of horror genre they enjoyed the most, and psychological horror got 50% of the votes. I asked the audience if they liked horror because we aimed to make a horror film movie. It is known that young age audiences enjoy films which are curated in the genres which involve fictional stories, because by watching the films they escape from the everyday lives that they are living, by imagining they are in the film or situations the characters of the film are in. The group feel by combining the two genres together, our film will be original, because you do not see many horror films mixing the romance genre in with the storyline.
Because the film lost our audience is estimated to range from age groups of mid-aged teenagers to young adults, my group needed to think of a way in which we could attract the audience to watch our film, but also think of ways in which we would address the audience as a category of film fans of range of young ages. For attraction of the audience, our group felt the best way to promote our film to the audience would be a range of multimedia products. These products will range from a trailer of a film, a spoiler trailer, and a poster of the film as the main film promoting exercises. Another way in which we could be able to address the film is through written and filmed interviews, which each of the group members who will talk about how the movie was created and what the film is about. This is done by many filmmakers and directors who send their lead actors to be interviewed about the film they have starred in. Using a printed poster for our film may be the best method to attract an audience to our film, because we could be able to place the poster anywhere around the UK and the school. Posters can be placed on bus stops, billboards, buses, magazines and websites, which means that all we would need to promote the film is a poster, because if the poster is good enough, it will attract the audience who will want to watch a trailer or a sneak peek of the film. Addressing the audience could be done through the promotion of the film, and this could be done by stating the younger audience as youth film fans, which states that the film has been made for the youth of today's movie world, but also to polite and professional way to address the audience.
As a group, we have learnt about the editing process of a professional style video, which involves a great deal of input of the different options given in the editing process. For example, when the group filmed and edited the prelim video, there was not as much work to be done compared to the film opening, as all we needed to do in the editing of the prelim video was to cut and arrange the video clips using a strict rule of 3 key concepts: max on action, which is showing the clips in a chronological order, 180-degree rule. This means that the shot reverse shot must stay on a 180-degree angle, and shot reverse shot, which meant going from shot 1 to a reverse angle shot of shot 2. We implemented actual action and 180-degree rule in our film opening. For example, the first opening scene where Zach, played by Karamjit, is smoking, we had the close-up of his face as he lit the cigarette. There was no pause between the scenes, between the cigarette leaving his mouth and the character walking after the cigarette was lit. We also learned about the indenting of music and audio files into the pre-recorded clips, which helped make the video seem more like an actual film opening. For example, during the editing process, the group muted the clips and recorded Karamjit's vocals of the voiceover script over the start of the film. With the addition of music, the mood of the film was created as calm and mysterious, which helped bring out the drama and acting of the clips.
After looking back at the production of the prelim video to the production of the movie opening, we've learned that a video takes more than a few hours to plan, no matter what the video is about. Before we created these 2 videos, we would come up with video ideas and try to create them without planning how they would work and what we would talk about in the videos. This helped us learn that to create a video, you need to put a great deal of time and effort into planning, filming and editing, especially if you want the video to be a success in reaching out to the audience the film or video is directed at. We also feel that our knowledge of how movies are created has increased, and this is thanks to being on set of a film production, as we have been able to witness what goes on in an actual studio. Before the production of this film, we had created behind-the-scene recordings of DVD and Blu-ray films, which shown the film being filmed and the director instructing actors and crew members what to do. But thanks to having filmed the prelim video and the film opening, we have learned that it takes more than a few hours to film. When we first filmed the prelim video, it took at least 2 hours simply because we only had a few shots, about 1 or 2 to film, which took very little effort. But after filming the film opening, which took a number of weeks, we have learned that filming a video takes a lot more time and effort than we originally realised, as there are so many different scenes to film, and